So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna develop another solutions for another type of problems that we tend to face in our day-to-day life, and also it is with a focus in trying to show to you how you can apply just like 10 20 mental models. You can just know them and you can see that you with that domain of knowledge you can create a lot of creative solutions for the majority of the problems. And life is about solving problems. Better you will also have a tendency to get so what you pretend that is so getting your needs being satisfied. And then so it needs to be sharpened the skill of problem solvings. And then to have skill problem solving is like what contributes a lot is having knowledge of how the reality works. So with that, what we can do and what we can talk about today is what we can. So it's a problem, obviously. So and that's a global youth risk crisis, as I can call like that. So what is the data to kind of adopt uh, this understand this so as a problem. We have 300% increase in e-hair visits for risky stunts, TikTok challenges, extreme parties since 2020. Neurobiology, twin brains craft dopamine 2 times more than adults, prefrontal cortex, and so is undeveloped until so 25 years, and root causes. So for that you need to start looking for it and then create solutions for. We have boredom, identity seeking, social media glorification, and underdeveloped risk assessment. And then we need to start looking for mental model solutions to understand the problem and to create solutions for that. Also, with the focus in trying to explain or you just by domating some of these, you can create a lot of solutions. So we have to understand that we're looking in a perspective that it's a human being and you're trying so to regulate the behaviors that these human beings are having. And then so obviously what could be the first thing that you could look for is a mimetic theories, a thing that explains why the way that they behave. So replace bad role models. What's the idea here is that teens copy what they admire. So a tendency to copy behaviors that we tend to see that will got so we can have a potential type of benefit that can come. It can come so with doing that behavior. It's like the dopamine. It's like understanding a bit the mechanisms of dopamine, but that fixed by knowing that we tend to do, and then so to kind of avoid that we copy things that we admire but are risky. So what we can do? So dopamine role model flooding. We have example, Rio's favela funk stars rap about coding, not crime. It's something that it's like a project, like obviously incentive. And if you see the majority of the facts that we see, they are always about they're talking about crime and things like that. But you see that in these type of rap stars, they by getting modulated, obviously, they getting incentivized to reframe what they transmit with the phrases that they get so stuck in their musics. It kind of so makes the perception of these people, and even more they are more prone to suffering with this type of what I can call as influence, because obviously these type of people they don't have that much of sense, they tend to be more poor, and then wherever is the figure that they have it, the few ones that they have can be in touch with, they gonna get modulated, gonna get influenced a lot by them. And then so obviously if these fake stars they promote crime, it has so higher tendency to glorify the people that hear and think that's something that's good, that can create good benefits. And then if we change the lyrics, if we change what it calls, what they praise, it tends to be something positive. And ex-convict Parker Perhoz in Egypt rebuilt pyramids as stunt performance without cultural icons for 1 million youth. Three, opportunity. So what's important to understand is another type of mental model that we're going to talk today. Opportunity cost, the price of untapped energy. What's the idea? Recklessness equals to misdirected potential, but then so fixes by knowing that. We have cows bonds, investors that fund youth innovation hubs, and with that, and obviously to align incentives, returns tied to patents filled by XX delinquents, and extreme internships. Tesla hires street racers to test autonomous cars. With that, crash rates decrease 80% with their feedback. Another one, anti-fragility. Stress equals to strength. What's the idea? Harness thrills seeking as an innovation engine. So what's the fix? Control danger labs. Norway's adrenaline academies redirect parkour skills to disaster rescue training. And with that, teams deployed in Turkey earthquakes. And neurodoping sports. Mexico's free base jumping for at-risk youth. Olympic medalists in extreme sports credited with that. Now, another one, the Jevons paradox, suppression backfires. So what do you have? Burning risks fuels underground escalation, and then fixed by knowing that. Legalize and elevate. Portugal's state-sponsored graffiti zones has made vandalism decrease 75% and tourism increase it. And Ukraine's war game VR for military sims, and with that, enlistment in R&D units tripled with that. 5. Counterfactual thinking. Make consequence visible. What's the idea? Teens struggle to imagine future outcomes. And then so fixed by knowing that this happens, we have AR time machines. App shows faces age with addition scares or prison tattoos. And with that, reduce decrease in 40% in trials. Legacy sprites. South Africa's workshops design your 80th birthday tribute and has made so the dropout rates halved. 6. The Dunbar stripe. Belonging better than rebellion. What's the idea? Isolation fueled recklessness, tribes channel it. And then so fixed by knowing that. We have Neo Warrior Guilds. Mahori Kapahaka squads train youth in martial arts. With that, gang violence decreased 90% in Auckland. And Berlin's hacker chaos crews. What's the idea? Chaos crews solve city cyber threats. Members now lead BSI. 7. Lean beef fact and shite reads beats modern therapy. What's the idea? Coming of age rituals provided safe danger for millennia, and so fixed by knowing that. Revived rites of passage to the canyon Maasai enhanced, and as replaced with AR safaris having real wildlife, and Navajo Vision's quests, modern survivalist bootcamps for tech CEOs. 8. Flow state engineering. Redirect, don't suppress. What's the idea? Peak risk-taking mirrors peak innovation states. So fixed by knowing that. Biofeedback thrills, for example. Wearables that turn skateboard stunts into VR game points. Pro leagues recruit top players. And ADHD focus roller coasters. Meditative motion pods for classrooms has made test scores increase 35%. So interesting ideas to look for, and then so it is helpful so to understand with that how you justify domain. Some of mental models you can be creative enough and create a lot of solutions. So it's important to you that you don't need to study all areas of field, economics, psychology, tech. You don't need to study all and everything. So, but you can kind of take as a resume the mental models, the concepts that are so like what's most important to grasp from all type of study that people know over the time. And then you just so by grasping them, you can use it at your favor in the majority of problems for every field. You can take mental models of one field and use it in your to contribute more for your objective, that is getting your problems getting solved in the smartest way, so we can create more effective ones, and as well some ones that are fastest to achieve your solution so you ultimately protect. So with that, I expect that you have liked the video. I expect you have understood the content and you have understood what's like the main type of principle of what I defend, and I expect so to see in other videos that this channel is about to produce, wherever it is some past ones or future ones. So thank you and see you in the next one.